You opened your eyes about 90 seconds ago. In that small dark before any thought arrived, you were almost no one, a pair of lungs, a weight in the sheets. And then it came back, all of it, the name and the list and the worry you fell asleep holding, and it dressed you again in yesterday. That is the moment most people miss. The body that just woke is not the body that lay down. The cells turned over in the night, the mind sorted and shed, something genuinely new is lying there. And here is what almost no one acts on. You are not obligated to be who you were yesterday. The whole story of the fixed self, the one who can't, the one who always, was just a story you kept narrating. This morning you get to begin again, and it is more literal than you think. 25 centuries ago, on the coast of what is now Turkey, a man named Heraclitus stood watching a river and saw something the rest of us walk past. He said that upon those who step into the same rivers, different and again different waters flow. We remember it now in a shorter form. You cannot step in the same river twice. The river keeps its name and its banks, but the water moving through it is never the same water. Point to the river and you are pointing at something that has already left. He meant it about you, too. You keep your name and your face, the banks of yourself, but the substance moving through is replaced, quietly, constantly. The person about to push back the blanket is not, in any honest sense, the same person who pulled it up last night. You have been treating a moving river as if it were a stone. So why does yesterday feel so permanent? Because we tell ourselves it is. We say, I am just not a morning person. I always start strong and fade. I am the kind who can't. And we say it as though we were reading a fact off a label, when really we are writing the label as we speak. A psychologist named Dweck spent decades studying exactly this, and she put the stakes plainly. The view you adopt for yourself, she found, profoundly affects the way you lead your life. She gave the two views names. A fixed mindset believes your qualities are carved in stone. You have a fixed amount of intelligence, of discipline, of talent, and your whole life becomes an anxious project of proving you have enough. A growth mindset believes those qualities are a starting point, something that grows through effort. And the difference between them, she noticed, often comes down to one small word. The fixed mindset says I can't. The growth mindset says I can't yet. Yet is a doorway. It takes the same honest fact that right now you can't do the hard thing well and refuses to read it as a sentence. It reads it as a stage, and the morning is where you choose which of those two words you carry into the day before the hard task ever arrives to test you. Think about what this means for the work that actually matters to you. The chapter you keep not writing because you decided long ago you are not really a writer. The skill you abandoned because you tried it once and weren't naturally good. The discipline you swore you lacked. None of those are facts about a fixed you. They are sentences you handed down, and a sentence can be revised the moment you notice you are the one holding the pen. And notice the strange comfort the fixed story offers, because that is why it lasts. If you simply are the kind who can't, then there is nothing to do this morning. The verdict is already in. You are excused. The growth view is harder precisely because it gives the morning back to you. It says the river is moving whether you like it or not, and the only question left is what you do with new water. That is more responsibility than the stone ever asked of you. It is also the only version where this morning counts. You woke up as a river, not a stone. The water is new. The only question is whether you will pour it into yesterday's shape or let it find a better one. So this morning, before the day asks anything of you, do one quiet thing. Notice the story. Listen for the sentence that starts with I am or I always or I can't, and catch it in the act. That sentence is not reporting who you are, it is deciding it, and you are awake now with the pen in your hand while the ink is still wet. You do not have to become a different person by lunch. That is too large, and it is why people give up before they start. You only have to refuse the one sentence that was about to run your whole day on autopilot. You only have to add the word yet to the place you put a period. The river does not strain to be new water. It simply keeps moving, and the newness takes care of itself. Your job this morning is not to force a transformation. It is to stop clutching the stone you were yesterday and let the water move. Who you were is not who you have to be. That gap between were and have to be is the entire morning. Stand in it on purpose. So decide before the day decides for you. out loud if it helps. I am not who I was yesterday, and I do not have to be. I will not read my old story as a fact. I will catch the sentence that starts with I can't and finish it with yet. I decide this morning which version of me gets out of bed. I will let the water be new instead of pouring it into yesterday's shape. I begin again because beginning again is what a river does. I choose now. That is the practice, not a new personality by force. One refused sentence, one added word, one morning chosen on purpose before the hard thing arrives. If this gave you the first clean choice of your day, stay with this channel. Every morning, one disciplined hour to begin again. And tonight, the companion to this, when the day is done, you will sit before yourself like a quiet judge and ask 3 honest questions of the hours you just lived, not to punish, to learn and to sleep clean. Come back this evening for it. Begin disciplined, end reflective. Now choose, go.